So did Jeshua really curse at a fig tree? Hey guys, it's John here in fabulous Akron, Ohio, in the fabulous John of News Studios. And I'm real excited to be here with you guys this morning. Once again, drinking my beautiful coffee as we move forward into this day. I got this message just a minute ago while I was sitting in the studio recording, and I just wanted to jump right on because I just wanted to laugh about it. Here's the question. I have wondered about the story of Jesus cursing the fig tree for not producing fruit. That story has always seemed out of character. What are your thoughts on this? This is a great question for several reasons. It gives me a couple very good topics to discuss. Number one, I did a video on the channel called Jeshua Liked Figs. Jeshua liked to eat figs. They're probably his favorite thing that he found on the road. He would eat them all the time. And when he found one that didn't have figs, I'm sure he got a little annoyed at it because he was a man. He had his moments of annoyance as well. The concept of Jeshua being annoyed or cursing the fig tree, there's a lot in this because cursing the fig tree can be, the modern esoteric version of I put a curse on a fig tree. That was not in Jeshua's doing at all. It wasn't what he did. But I could totally see him being angry or not unhappy that the tree didn't have figs on it because he liked figs. He loved figs. He ate them all the time. In fact, like I said, I did a whole video on it. But the other part of this is that story seems out of character. Seemed out of character for what? For a deity or for a man? Because Jeshua was a man, and people will often give it attributes to Jeshua that are deifications, like a messianic savior, and that's not who he was. He actually turned the Essenes down when they wanted him to become the Messiah King. He turned them down, and the idea of this stepping into this, it seemed out of character. He overturned the carts and the tables in the temple. Did that seem out of character? He did an angry gesture, right? He was a man. He had his moments. He had his moments of anger and frustration. You have eyes, but you do not see. You have ears, but you do not hear. That was frustration. That was the man being frustrated. People weren't hearing what he was saying. But it was him being frustrated. Jeshua was a man who was occasionally frustrated, occasionally angry, and he definitely loved figs. And so for him cursing a fig tree for not producing fruit makes me laugh out loud because I could totally see him doing it. I could tell him, where the hell's the figs? I could totally see him being in that space. I mean, that video I did on Jeshua Liked Figs was done 2 years ago. And it talks about the fig trees and how much he loved figs. He would sit on the side of the road eating figs, laughing. And I just, to me, the concept of Jeshua cursing a fig tree, I could totally see it happening. Whether, the biblical stories are true or not, but I could totally see him being mad at a fig tree for not having figs. The main point of my wanting to make this video is not about the fig tree or the story of the fig tree. It's about the seemed out of character that I wanted to talk about. People will give him attributes of being this, supernatural avatar. And that is completely against what he taught. That is 100% against what he taught. Ye are gods. Greater works than I have done, you will do. It's your faith that heals you. Everything about his teaching was about your divinity, not his. And do you make mistakes? If you loved figs and you saw a fig tree and you ran over to a fig tree and there was no figs, figs. There's a Freudian slip for you. No figs on the tree. No figs on the tree. Would you be happy that there were no figs on the tree? I don't think so. I think that you might be saying frig. So my point of this really is that Jeshua was a man. And that's the greatest lesson you can take from anything written about the man, that he was a man, because that's the most beautiful part of his story. He was a man who found his own divinity, found his own life, he lived his own life, and he wanted you to live a loving life like he did. Sure, he got frustrated. You can't live in the physical world without getting frustrated occasionally. The physical world is a place of experiencing our separation from perfect love, and that's where frustration and fear and anxiety live. So it's a matter of coming to the place of realizing that we can have more control and overcome those fears and anxieties. What did Buddha say? The secret to enlightenment is the eradication of fear. You come back to that space of realizing that you can, in this physical world, bring the kingdom of heaven to earth by simply being more loving and reducing your fear, right? But being here in the physical world is a process of feeling and experiencing our separation. And in that separation, we deal with our fears and anxieties and our frustration and our frigs. So anyway, you guys have a great day. I hope this answers your question, and I will talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.